Hello, hello, hello. As usual, I need to make sure that I can see my comments and make sure that everything is right. Um, and I have sound. My name is Antoine Chambers of Antoine Chambers Consulting. And today we're going to talk about a little bit of motivation. We're going to pump you up. We're going to help you get where sometimes we all want to go. Um, there's the song from Cheers that talks about sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. I don't know all of the lyrics, but yo, Staley, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, you are doing great. Hopefully, our conversation last night got you going and you're ready to go. We'll follow up soon. But yeah, so there's the song from Cheers that says, "Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name," and the lyrics. Let me look up the lyrics real quick. Sometimes you want to go. How many of y'all remember that song? Want to go lyrics. All right, so this is really important to what I'm going to say. It says making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries, it sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? It says sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. You want to go where people know. You want to go where people know the people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Yo, like if you don't know this song, well, I don't know the lyrics, but I know the feeling and the vibe behind it. So the song is the Cheers theme. And sometimes you want to go. I think it's important to lock in these lyrics into our hearts and minds. You know, we want to go where everybody knows our name. We want to go where places where uh, we can feel comfortable, we can feel safe. And the reality of being at a place where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came, you want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. The fact of the matter is, in our lives, in our situations, in our endeavors, sometimes we want to be in a place where we are comfortable. So in this particular song, they're talking about at the bar, and the thought is like, man, everybody comes to this bar, and you just feel okay, you feel good. The interesting thing is when it comes to greatness, uh, right now, for many of us, people don't know our names. The song says sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always just so glad that you came. So greatness, in my mind, is a place. Greatness is a place. And in order to get to greatness and be at a place where everybody knows your name and they're glad you came, imagine walking into a building or walking into a situation and feeling confident in you, feeling good in you because you're at a place where people know you. And it may be that they know you from something you did, and preferably something that you did good, but you walk into a place where everybody knows your name and they're glad you came. We want to be in that place, but sometimes the gaps in our greatness are causing us not to be in places and rooms and spaces where everybody knows our name. So again, the song says, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. Imagine experiencing a life where the troubles were different than the troubles that you experience now. Imagine a level of greatness to where your troubles are the same as the millionaires. So this year we've experienced COVID, we've experienced a lot of transition in the world, and with that transition, we ended up all being in a common place where we couldn't go, or we can't go outside in the same way we used to, and we can't experience life the same way we used to. But when this is over, will we be able to live in the greatness that we are destined to? So the gaps in your greatness. Even for me, and some of you that may watch now or watch later, you may experience these places where you feel like you're disconnected from where you're trying to go. So you're trying to be a millionaire, or you're trying to be a better family man, or you're trying to be a better mother, or you're trying to be a better friend, and there's this holdback, there's these gaps. So it's like, hey, this is where you are, this is where you want to be, and between these two spots, there's so much space, there's so much emptiness, there's so much darkness, there's so much uncertainty, there's so much fear, there's so much disaster, and you know that greatness is here, but for some reason you're stuck here. And you have to figure out what's all this stuff between now and greatness, or between present and future, that's causing you not to live in the greatness that you were purposed to live in. Um, Honestly, between those two spots is action, is execution, is consistency, is hope, is planning, is joy, is peace, is prayer. So the gap between now and the future, but the gap between good and great, the gap between now and then, the gap between hope and failure, the gap between winning and losing, is this space between where you are now and where you want to be. And the realization of it is there's a lot of stuff there that you may not have the answers to. You may be confused. And if you're going to hang out, and if you are going to be with me, drop your name in the comment. Let me know that you're here. Again, this is Antoine Chambers of Antoine Chambers Consulting, and we're talking about the gaps in your greatness. So with these gaps in your greatness, you find yourself saying that I know where I want to be, but I don't know how to get there. I know what I desire, but I don't know how to get there. Now, the interesting thing is, some of us have so much greatness in us, but because of the past, because of darkness, because of situations, we can't even see clearly how great we are. We can't even see hope. We can't see a plan. We don't have a dream. We don't feel like we have a purpose because of what has happened. So sometimes the gap in your greatness, so this is where you are. This is the greatness that you want to be, and there's so much space in here. This is the crazy thing. So we should be dealing with the space between here and here, but sometimes we can't get from here to here, but it's because of what happened before now. So you can't get to the greatness that you want to be because you're still stuck in the things that happened before this moment right now. So today is whatever day it is. I have no idea what day it is. It's like a Tuesday. No, this is a Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. So if I were to say, I want to be the best Antoine ever, I want to be the best feeling person about myself, no matter who else says something or whatever, I can't let yesterday and the days before stop me from executing on what's between here and here. The gap in my greatness, the gap in your greatness. When you wake up each morning and you have the opportunity to live the best day of your life, what are you allowing to stop you from living the greatest day of your life? Is it the fact that stuff didn't go according to plan? Is it the fact that somebody made you upset yesterday? Is it the fact that you just feel uneasy about something? Now, the thing about the gaps in your greatness is we all have a gap between level to level. Between now and the future, there's some gaps, there's some uncertainties. So what you have to do is you have to talk to yourself and encourage yourself and say, hey, you know what? Where I'm at is not where I'm meant to be. What I'm doing is not where I'm going to stay. Where I've allowed myself to get to is not where I was meant to be. So I'm going to reset. I'm going to restore my thinking. I'm going to reset my thinking. I'm going to pull in different information because it's interesting how many people I talk to, and I talk to a wide range of people, not just the successful. Sometimes I talk to people that don't even really have a care about success. Their desire is just, hey, let me just live, and it's okay to just live. But if there's more to you, and there's more to us all, you got to say, I can't allow this gap in my greatness to continue. So what I'm talking about is the diminishing of ourselves. When we don't pursue our greatness with everything we have in it, we're diminishing ourselves and diminishing the people that we are supposed to be accountable to being great in front of. Now, I was having a conversation last night, and this is something that I've known, but I was telling somebody, I said, everybody that we consider to be great is still a person. everybody that we consider to be the awesome, the most amazing rapper, the most amazing singer, the actress, the teacher, the preacher, the whatever, all of these people that have great following and great insight, they're still people. You are people just like the greatest of the great. You are the GOAT because there's no greater person or there's no greater you than you. Nobody can be a greater version of you than you, and you can't be a greater version of somebody else than they are. So if you live in your greatness and say, hey, each day I'm going to live in this greatness that says, I don't care what A, B, and C are doing, because A, B, and C have to do what they're doing if they plan to make it to where they want to go. But for you as an individual, you have to say, what is the gap in my greatness? What is causing me to not hit the goals? What is causing me to go only so far? Is it something in my past? Is it something in my present? Is it something in my thinking? Is it something in my perception and in my realities? Because when your reality is off, and also a part of your reality being off is what you say. This morning, I was listening to something, and then the thought came to me that we're limited by our language. We're limited by our language, which also the Bible kind of speaks of this, or definitely speaks of this in the thought that says, a life and death are in the power of the tongue. So our limit is in our language. So if you speak a limited mindset, you will have a limited result. If you speak a limited a belief about yourself, you will have a limited belief about yourself. You have to be able to speak so much greatness into yourself that you say, I am going to decrease the gap between my good and my great. So today, I just want to encourage everybody to push for that greatness. You have something in you that nobody else has in them. Other people have stuff in them that you don't have in you. And you have to applaud those people that are being great, because one day they will be able to applaud you. They will be able to see you don't have the jealousy, don't have the feelings of not good enough. So today, my conversation is simply diminish or make lower or make less the gaps in your greatness. So you are here. You are maybe struggling. You may be on the path to greatness, but you're dealing with a vice. You're dealing with something that's causing you to feel like, I really can't get to that level. Your greatness is a step-by-step journey that says, I'm starting here, but I'm getting here, and I'm not going to do it like this. I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. When I feel like giving up, I may take a break, and then I'm going to keep pursuing for my greatness. I am going to push for my greatness, because my greatness, I owe it to myself to be great. If you're watching this now, or if you watch it later, I need you to put in the comments, I owe it to myself to be great. I owe it to myself to be great. My greatness is not determined and dependent on anybody else. My greatness is determined on me. So I owe it to myself to be great. If you're here, type it in. If not, say it to yourself, because if you don't be great, if you don't choose to be great, low key, nobody gonna care, because they got to live their life. The only one that's gonna hurt truly by you not being the greatness that you're already destined to be is you. Imagine how life would change if you took those actions that made you look the way you wanted to look, feel the way that you wanted to feel, experience life the way that you wanted to experience life. So you have to take the initiative to diminish the gaps in your greatness. You are here. You are designed and meant to be here. The space between your here and later is your gap in your greatness. It's your weakness. It's your uncertainties. It's your fears. It's your pride. It's your whatever that is that's causing you to not reach that thing. You have to say, I owe it to myself to be great. Thanks, Ella. I owe it to myself to be great. And greatness for you will look different than it looks for another person. Don't allow somebody else's greatness or what you believe is their greatness to determine what your greatness looks like. Your greatness may simply be, I am a great father to my children and the bills are paid. Another person's greatness may be, I have a 5-bedroom house and I can travel across the world. Another person's greatness may be, I woke up this morning with my mind still intact. Another person's greatness may be, I'm going through this dilemma, but I won't give up. I owe it to myself to be great. I owe it to myself to be great. No matter where you are, let that be your theme to the day today. No more gaps in my greatness. I owe it to myself to be great. So that is my thought for today. Hopefully this helps somebody. If you missed it, you can always rewind. You can follow me on my business pages, Antoine Chambers Consulting on Facebook, on Instagram, Antoine Chambers on YouTube, which I may change that so that it's easier. But follow me. I'm doing my best to diminish the gaps in my greatness. I can no longer be here each day when I'm designed to be here. I got to climb the ladder. I got to climb the steps so that I can be the greatness that I am meant to be. So if you're just getting in, what we're putting in the comment is I owe it to myself to be great. Feel free to rewind, watch it again. Let me know that you watched it. I appreciate you watching. And I will catch you on the next time that I do my live, which has been normally Monday through Friday at about 12:15. That may change. I don't know. But watch my lives. Peace. Love you guys.